Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Diablo 3. We are playing with the Necromancer. And we're picking up where we left off, as I did last time. Let's open up the episode with the results of some crafting. This time I crafted both for myself as well as for the Templar. Because I realized, if we're gonna have the Templar running around, might as well do some useful things. So, did some crafting and shopping to make him a little sturdier.
Good thought.
So, Templar is not really great. Don't expect him to do too much damage, but if he can at least stay alive and provide a little bit of utility every once in a while, then it's gonna be great. For ourselves, most of the items, my method is just looking at what can I craft, and in this case I compared the staves, because these are level 22, and we got level 21 over here, we got level 23 over here. This one is 72 DPS, this one has 70 DPS for the base weapon, this one is only 66, and this one is Abysmal 11. So you could say let's go for the highest DPS. In this case though, this is a slightly faster attack speed, 1.1 attacks per second, and the actual damage per hit is better for the Bone Staff, even though it is one level lower than the Nodachi. So I went with the one that has the most per hit damage rather than the highest damage. Reason for that is, I do like the Skeletal Mages, and they are based off of weapon damage, which as far as I know is hit damage, not the damage per second. Most of the items, I just crafted once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times, and after that if I don't get an upgrade, then I just consider my current gear to be good enough, because it is not easy to upgrade it. So our weapon, still no vitality on here, but we do get a boatload of life per hit, so that's going to be pretty nice for our sustainability. Belt, intelligence, vitality, life regen. Those are the three things I always like to see on my gear. For the body, we don't have the regen, but we do have the other stats. Here we have the trifecta, a vitality amulet. We didn't have an amulet yet, so I figured let's do a shopping run to the fence dude over there, Reddick, and got myself a ring from him as well. Then we have new boots with a little increased base stats, as well as some more recovery, and our shoulders were blue still, so they also got a well-deserved upgrade. End result is that our toughness is now nearly 10,000, so that is nearly 4,500 life, and then an effective damage reduction of around 50%, I would presume, in order to make the toughness equal to double the life, as well as the life recovery is effective health recovered. There's a large amount of life regen, but also some life on a hit. So let's get rid of all the items here, and then we can move forward with the story. We ended up at the Cemetery of the Forsaken. Now we're heading to the Fields of Misery. Our goal is to look for the sword, the broken sword of the stranger, that will restore his memory.
If there's a sword here, we will find it.
I think it's a good thing that Cinema Sins, a YouTube channel, that they don't cover video game stories, because I have a suspicion they would have a field day with the story in Diablo. Also, this is a badass looking bone armor effect that we have on us. That's the vengeful armaments. It looks really awesome. I like it. It's almost like we're a demon instead of a necromancer. Ogden, the key warden of regrets. Ah yes. He wanders around these parts of town. And starting from Torment, you will actually start to encounter him. I don't think he appears on the lower difficulties. So we got a nice little bonus there. Ooh, maximum life
so much more
increases quite a bit. Oh wow, but okay, so Devour. I was speculating about this. It increases your maximum life by a percentage for 2 seconds per corpse, and I was wondering, how is it gonna scale? But apparently both the duration as well as the amount of life increased both scale with corpses that you feed to it. So that is pretty cool. Also, we are looking like a mortal now rather than a badass demon. Okay, let's just keep munching on more and more and more corpses. Okay, he kind of bumped me away. I think it's very rude what you did. Here, I'm gonna slow you. Just that will teach you. Okay, let's just bump our life by a bit. Let's get some more things up. We do have quite some damage output, and indeed the guy went down. Yeah, but Devour is a pretty neat thing to boost your survivability. Toughness is now over 10,000. And there is a Decaying Crypts. I think it's a side area. So we are looking for the Khazra Den. I'm gonna try to ignore some of the more optional content, just focusing on the main line of the story. Because if we go into every little nook and cranny, then the playthrough is gonna take about double the length of what it could be if we just were a little bit more focused.
You will make a fine corpse.
Okay, so the limit here seems to be 25.
I understand
so it doesn't scale
so much
infinitely.
more now.
We also gained level 25. Somehow in all of the busyness I missed level 24, I think. So let's just take a step back and have a quick look. What is all the things that we gained? We gained Extended Servitude. Skeletal mages and revive minions last longer, in exchange for no longer having swift harvesting. I think that's a good deal. We also gained Bone Spirits. Launch Bone Spirits that will seek enemies. Deals 4,000 weapon damage as physical on impact. Gain a charge every 15 seconds and can store up to 3 charges. Recharge time is reduced by 1 second for each corpse you consume. Okay. So shoot 3, consume 45 corpses, shoot another 3. Okay, I understand. Question is, do we want to give up Bone Spirit for that, or Bone Armor for that? Guess we'll have to, just to try it out. Command Golem, Ice Golem. Okay, I wasn't a big fan of the Golem, what is this gonna do? Command the Golem to launch an Icy Blast at the targeted location, freezing enemies for 3 seconds and increasing their chance to be critically struck. Okay, so we'll stick with skeletons. Bone Spikes, we have Bone Pillars and now we have Frost Spikes. Leaves a frost patch that reduces the movement speed of enemies by 60% for 2 seconds. Okay, and we also gain Blood Siphon. Enemies are also slowed by 75% while you siphon blood from them. That's pretty cool, especially in boss fights. If you have a boss that is slowed by 75%, that means they have a pretty difficult time to get to you. Though that means we give up Bone Spikes, which means we give up Bone Prison. I think that's worth trying it. So we have something else that we could do with the Bone Prison. Oh look, we can attack faster with our primary attack. We could at least. Anything else that is more useful now in hindsight? Movement speed, nah. Consuming a corpse has a chance to spawn health globes. We do try to do that quite a bit, right? So let's see if that... On the other hand, this is a chance for health gain, and Swift Harvesting in combination with Blood Siphon is guaranteed health gain. So actually, let's scratch that. Swift Harvesting is actually pretty useful here. And Bone Spear, Crystallization. Each enemy hit has their attack speed reduced, and your attack speed is increased. Okay. So suddenly all the damage turns to cold and everything is cold. That's bit... No, let's go with Bone Spirit as the experiment. Let's see how it works for us. So we no longer have Bone Armor. That is something to keep in mind. We do still have Devour as a defensive skill. Now we do need to generate a bunch more corpses first. So. Skeleton Mages, become corpses. Pretty please. Okay, there we are. Oh, and Bone Spirits. Okay, it does
that one. I am your foe.
Get a bit faster. Okay, and we have our life boosted by almost 50%. And of course that does synergize very nicely with Bone Spirit. Just have to remember after every fight, just suck up all the corpses to keep the Devour fueled, and make sure to just shoot Bone Spears, or Bone Spirits. I must correct that. Shoot the Bone Spirits. Because then we benefit more from consuming the corpses to make the timer advance.
Glory to you.
So I think there is a bit of a synergy built hidden in this combination of skills that we have. I must say right now we are mowing through most of the regular mobs fast enough that it... Yeah,
I am undone.
Don't really need
taking
everything.
root in my fields.
Then you
Who
must
knows?
go.
This land is all my family has. I cannot leave.
Demon spawn, you say? Well, allow me. It goes through walls, that is nice actually, the Bone Spirit. Just consuming a single corpse is not instantly resetting satiated, but it's simply just adding to a countdown timer, it seems.
No.
So at 25 it seems that the maximum duration is going to be 50 seconds that you're counting up to. Yeah, it's okay. Sickle Fang. Oh, let's get out of the frost. So, did he... He exploded my skeletons. That is something that doesn't happen all that often. And the beleaguered farmers over there. Luckily, skeletons grow back rather quickly.
My land is saved. Bless you.
Tristram's families will not starve thanks to the work we have done today.
That was a nice upgrade for the shoulder pad. So if you hadn't crafted in between episodes, then this would have been a very nice upgrade. Oh, that is one of the nice side effects of Loot 2.0 is that the gear that drops most of the time it is useful. So chances are if you find rare items, they are going to be useful for you, and therefore if your gear is rubbish, chances are that what you find is going to be a guaranteed upgrade. Just have to be far enough behind and then you'll benefit more from it. But I do like to reset the baseline at the beginning of every episode. Just to make sure that we have decent gear in most of our sockets. I really like the massive reach that Devour has. 60 yards is basically just
Simple
a screen
folk
away.
have made their lives and homes here. They will not survive this disaster unless we aid them.
Okay, I'm still looking for the Khazra then. Should be around here somewhere.
Rathma has blessed me.
And level 27, it goes nice and quick. Okay, Revive gains something new. Personal Army. Damage taken is reduced by 1% for each revived minion active. We have a limit of 10, so it goes up to 10% damage reduced. So their Revive could double as a defensive skill that is also offensive. Instead of Devour. So let's switch gears again. So let's try the Personal Army. We know we already have Extended Servitude, so the duration of the revives is 25% longer. What do we get here? Poison abilities also slow enemies by 30% and reduce their attack speed by 30% for 5 seconds. Rigor Mortis. It seems pretty useful, but I don't think we have any active abilities that deal poison damage, do we? It's all either physical or cold. Army of the Damned. Oh, look. Poison. Skeletal hands raised from the ground, damaging enemies. Lasts for 5 seconds. Sure, it's an upgrade, but 2-minute timer. Never mind, it doesn't exist. Dizzying Curse. Cursed enemies have a 10% chance to be stunned for 2 seconds when hits. Becomes increase the potency of the movement speed reduction to 100%. So effectively they stand still. And decaying to normal potency over 5 seconds. So okay, so 100% to 75. So every second it loses 5% effectiveness. That's alright. And after that it just stays at 75. So 10% chance of 2 seconds stun. Which of course means they can't move, but also they can't do any attacks or things like that. Or a more potent slow that is always going to be effective. I think a feeble might be nice. Also, let's actually have a look at frailty. What do we get? Scent of Blood. Cursed enemies take 15% increased damage from your minions. So they die under 15% health, and then they take a bit more damage from minions. So not from you, just from minions. So that is. It's Necromancer friendly, but I think we're going to go with Enfeeblement to try that one out. Okay, so we'll be generating corpses with mages. We will be reviving them with this. This is also going to get us a little bit of a damage shield. And then Bone Spirit will recharge faster from consuming the corpses. We once again have a little bit of an engine going on here. So let's see if we can use that engine to drive towards the Khazra den, wherever it might be hiding. Okay, just revive some more. Okay, that's 10, so Personal Army damage reduction is now at 10. Okay, then we'll just cross over to the other side of the road. Have a look there. Just get ourselves back on full life. Get some more revive minions. How long does it last now? 19 seconds. Cool. That looks like it already includes the extended servitude. Looks like it. Okay, we had that, so then it's down there. On maps like these, there's a couple of spots where interesting things can be. Interesting things being events, entrances, things like that. It seems like we found all the interesting locations that are not the ones that we were looking for. Okay, there's some blues behind us. Let's slow them down a little bit. Does help to slow them. Keeping our army of revives up also keeps our damage reduction bonus up. Does start to feel a little fiddly again. The longer duration on Devour felt better. So I think we'll just go back to that one. But no, if you're more of a fan of a slightly more active playstyle than what I like, hey, Scavengers then, that's also almost what we were looking for. And that's definitely something to check out. In this case, Revive. Yeah, Corpse Lance is really nice for just killing something, and Devour seems very nice for actually helping you stay alive, which admittedly is something that is useful for us. Also on Blood and Bone, I'm gonna go back to Bone Armor instead of Bone Spirit. I don't find myself using it all that often, and already have enough damage skills that having another one doesn't really feel like it's gonna add too much. Cripify is good. Siphon Blood, well, it is a heal. It is also slow. So for now, let's continue with what we have. Just build up our Blood Siphon bonus or our Devourer bonus. I like how it works, how it stacks. They could have chosen a much worse implementation that would have been completely useless, and instead they went for the most awesome version that the skill could be. Even though, when I read it, I was like, yeah, that's probably going to be overpowered, but it's actually just a nice quality of life feature.
The light grows stronger.
The alternative is that if it only lasts for 2 seconds or boosts your life by 2%, then it's just going to be useless. Or effectively useless. Okay, more corpses. Okay, and we gained another level, and that means more skills. Bone Spear, Shatter. Instead of piercing, now detonates on the first enemy hit, dealing 500% weapon damage as physical to all enemies within 15 yards. Okay, you know what? We'll actually just try it for a bit. We'll give up our mages. Let's do something different for a change. We also had Corpse Explosion, close quarters. Now explode up to 5 corpses close to you, dealing quite a bit more damage as poison. Okay, but that's if you're close. I do like Devour a little bit better. No, don't get me wrong. Corpse Explosion is nice, but I do prefer keeping staying alive over blowing up corpses. Okay. So Bone Spear, yeah. It's no longer minions that leave corpses and shoot automatically. Yeah, we're gonna go back to the mages real quick. Okay, minions, just attack that dude. Okay. So having optimized for slow attack speed with high damage which is very useful for the mages. If you want to attack with a Bone Spear once per second, it's maybe not the best way to play because it feels sluggish as hell. And that's simply because of my choice of weapon here. So we'll have to remedy that. Oh wait, we had Death Novas. I do have to give that a shot. Oh, ow. That looks icky enough. Okay, we'll just clear this side of the road just to make sure we have actually had all of them. I think now most of the skills we have some kind of
Give it more time.
blood or bone theme going on, and most of the things restore life or give us protection or do something useful. So we have our demon form back. Of course that means bone armor. We can suck up corpses. So 20,000 toughness, up from about 10 or so thousand that we actually have as base. Seems decent. Okay. It's a very different playstyle from the mages and the summons that we started out with and been playing with for most of the time. But I must admit, this is not a bad playstyle. Though it does feel slower. It feels much slower. So it is the other side of the road. Okay. Of course we are trading in damage for sustainability, for tankability. Depends a little bit on how you wanna look at it. So it's an actual trade-off that you can make. Oh, that sounds like a goblin. So we'll sick the minions on him. Okay. How far can the treasure goblin go before the life drain gets broken? It was about a screen and a half. I have to say, being able to just set your skeletons upon a foe in order to murder them, it works pretty well. Especially for going after single golems. Okay, but if we switch from this one back to the mages, I think I'll be slightly happier. Just because those mages, they really do a lot of damage. Especially because we have the ring that doubles the amount of mages we get per cast. It's just too good not to use it. Yeah. Okay, so before we couldn't sustain the pace needed to keep all 25 charges of Devour up. So let's have a look if we actually have the mages providing corpses on a way more regular basis. If that is gonna help us stay maxed all the time. Last 6 seconds. Yeah, I think it's in reality it's close to 12.
We must stop the attacks on these farms, or the people of Tristram will starve.
Sure.
I
have to
must
remember to reuse bone armor. Okay. I must admit, I had expected to find the entrance to the castle then by now. Because this is the way to the dude. Yeah, to the old mill. That's where we get the next minion. Okay. So with which parts of this area? Oh wait, there's something on the left there. Or is it gonna be those little splotches over there that we walked by but didn't actually trigger something with? So if you're playing in adventure mode, the entrance to the next quest area will get highlighted after you've been in the area for 2 minutes. I think it's 2 minutes. So that way, you know, if you're wandering around aimlessly like I am, then you're gonna get a bit of a hint.
We should have known. The farmers left over a fortnight ago, and yet we stayed. Last night, we heard the beasts creeping closer. My husband left to investigate, and I haven't seen him since. All I have left are the things we made together. Hopefully, they are of more use to someone else.
Okay. So, put the gem in the crown, so we got 19% more life, which is pretty nice. Also, everything seems to be left in here.
There's nothing in here of use to you.
Didn't the note say that there was stuff in here? We'll see.
These are dark times, my friend. I thought for a moment you were one of those dreadful goat men.
Since you're not, would you like to buy something?
Okay, guess business is hard. So we'll just sell the stuff we've got. Technically it's better to just salvage it at the blacksmith, but hey, in here we're just gonna be happy with the stuff we find. This is just more of a side grade, not really an upgrade. I think this is gonna be an upgrade for our dude. It's gonna be an upgrade for our dude. It now actually shows in the underneath the portrait of the Templar. More damage and more toughness. So you get this and you will be happy with it. Excellent. And might as well just sell this. It's blue, so it's not going to be an upgrade, or it's unlikely to be an upgrade. Let's word that correctly. Oh look, Khazra-den. It's the last little bit of darkness on the map.
I must be near a piece of the sword.
Ah well. We killed a lot of things, we experimented with a lot of skills, so the journey is fun. It's not really about going through the story quickly, it's about discovering everything we have to discover here.
Kill her!
We must hurry with the ritual. Magda will be here soon.
Thank you for fueling my bone armor. Alright, you. Be attacked by my skeletons.
There's the sword piece.
Thank you.
Who are you to take what is mine?
It belongs to another.
Regardless, I have claimed it. I am Magda, and I lead this coven. The shard is mine.
Then you have made an enemy.
Very well. Let the games begin.
Who knows? We're playing games. That was a odd random musical note.
Well fought. But you will never possess the next piece. It has fallen where only the ancients may tread.
She is more devious than she appears.
Okay, is this an upgrade for the dudes? No, it's not an upgrade for the dudes. And we gained a new level, which means new skills. Let's have a look. Skeletal Mage. Singularity. Consumes all essence to summon a powerful minion. The minion's damage is increased by 3% for every point of essence consumed. We have 200 essence, so that's going to be 600% increased damage. That seems interesting. Let's experiment with it. I wonder if the damage is going to make up for the utility of those corpses, but we'll see. Let's see, so Saturated increases our max life. Ruthless instead will additionally consume your minions. What? For 10 essence per minion killed. Oh yeah, wait, this was an essence regenerator in the first place. I completely forgot about that. It was just all the focus on life here. I don't think I want to consume my minions, though you get 70 essence for 7 skeletal warriors, and you got all other things. Could be useful if you're more focused on casting than on anything else. Bone armor, dislocation. Enemies hit are also stunned for 2 seconds. That is part of the initial cast. I must admit the damage that you deal is not really that significant. Now you cast it once per 10 seconds, so 125 versus 145% damage. Yeah, it's not really gonna move the needle, but some utility from stunning is pretty cool. It's a guaranteed stun every 10 seconds. I like that. Yeah, so 1 mage. Well, times 2. Ooh, I like that. We do get it times 2 because of the Circle of Nalujeval.
Emotion weighs little on the priests of Rathma.
We are both blessed then. My
By the way,
faith armors me against fear.
back to town to give a piece of give the sword piece back to Kane.
I recovered a piece of the sword, but members of a coven are pursuing it as well.
Uncle Deckard, they sound like those dark cultists you told me about.
Very good, Leah. You have been paying attention. Stranger, does any of this jar your memory?
I have no memory of this coven, but I sense a far darker shadow guiding its hand.
A dark shadow. Big two-handed scythe though. Wow, this is actually going to be a damage upgrade, though there's no stats on there.
They know where the next piece is. Their leader said it fell where only ancients may tread.
That makes me think of the drowned temple near the festering woods. I remember you telling me about it, Uncle.
Exactly, Leah. The temple was home to the Nephilim. Leah, your knowledge could be invaluable. You must go and help our friend retrieve the sword piece.
The Nephilim were ancient humans with fantastic powers. Legend holds that they waged a terrible battle near the temple, and that their ghosts still war with one another.
Oh, Diablo 3, how have I missed your cringe-worthy storytelling. It's especially all the very convenient plot pieces that just fall into place. It's just so cringy. I think that's the best word for it. But on that high note, I'm gonna call this an end to the episode. We found the first piece of the broken blade. Next one is gonna be in the drowned temple, and we'll look for that one next episode. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.